Good morning, everyone, and welcome, dear friends. Welcome to our spiritual home, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tarpon Springs. My name is Laura Rodriguez, and I am serving as our worship associate today. For those of you who have visual impairments, I am a middle-aged Latina woman with brown hair and brown eyes. I am wearing a floral shirt that's greenish, bluish, with orange, a green cardigan, and blue jeans. For the benefit of those with hearing impairments, we ask that anyone speaking today speak clearly and project. We also want to acknowledge that here at the church, we are standing in the lands of the Tocobaga and Seminole peoples. We offer a warm welcome to our guests that are here today, and we would like to get to know you better. We're really excited that you're here. We hope that you will join us after the service for our great coffee hour and refreshments. Our mission states that we are a liberal faith community for all ages, promoting spiritual growth, social justice, and the arts. Today, our minister, Pastor Patti Hanks, will be leading our service titled, "This Chalice is Lit for You." Our music today, as always, is provided by our beloved music director, Bonnie Whitehurst, and our wonderful choir. Again, a warm welcome to our Sunday service. Our opening music for today is number 346 in the gray hymnal, "Come Sing a Song with Me." Please sit or rise as you feel most comfortable.
Good morning. I'm Pastor Patti Hanks. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a white woman at the beginning of my ministry, and what I hope is a really long Act 3. Amen. I have shoulder-length brown-gray hair and brown glasses. I'm wearing a white blouse and a bright gold stole that has a rainbow and a chalice printed on it. symbolizing our UU commitment to side with love. I add my welcome to Jean and Laura's and affirm that all of who you are is sacred and all of who you are is welcome at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tarpon Springs. As UUs, we side with love. We side with already marginalized and threatened people and groups who are even more vulnerable and more at risk in these unraveling times. I want to share with you this morning how our Unitarian Universalist Association is on the move, organizing online seminars and trainings and coalitions. Each week, the UUA Side with Love Action Center offers rich collections of multi-generational resources to UUs to engage with justice topics. Topics related to immigration, LGBTQIA+ inclusion, racial justice, and climate justice. And there are links to all of that. And in my minister's message for this month ahead, I'm going to post all kinds of links about all kinds of things that you can get personally involved in. And I'm going to post some things about a multi-faith coalition that the UUA has joined in, and several of us watched a seminar on this week. 26 other faith organizations have joined in this coalition, and it has very much to do with a lawsuit about sensitive location policies, including can enforcement come into schools and come into churches. So we have joined with that, and the UUA has gotten right on that. Woo woo. Some of us in the congregation have learned more about this, and I want to tell you that our Rainbow Welcome Circle and the Board of Trustees continues to offer leadership and direction and will help us to coordinate our congregation's action. So I've been out of town the last 2 Sundays visiting my grandbaby Amaya in Arizona. I actually outlined my sermon on a little Southwest cocktail napkin when they brought me the pretzels. And on the Southwest napkin it says, "All the good ideas are born here," and you will see. You'll be like this, not so much. Anyway, I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be here with you, and I miss Amaya like crazy. I love Sunday mornings. I'm a church girl. I love being in church. A mentor of mine wrote this about Sundays. Sundays, I get to go into a community where I know them and they know me. We are not the same, but our core values, what is most important to us, are similar as to make conversation about what to do fruitful. I love that. We strive for inclusion, to act in a way of including everyone. And I know in this chosen village, this is still her talking, and I know that in this chosen village, there will be a chalice lit for me. And the morning will be filled with individuals to spread kindness with their words, their actions, their very being. There will be little touches here and there to lift me. May our Sunday together be so for you.
Our chalice lighting words for this morning, titled "We Gather Together," come from Reverend Michel Legrave. We arrive as individuals, as couples, as families, as neighbors, as friends. We got here by walking, by biking, by riding, by driving, by connecting. We bring with us our joys and our sorrows, our laughter and our tears, our worries and our fears, our questions and our beliefs, our ethics and our values. Some of us arrived early this morning, or joined just 10 minutes ago, or encountered obstacles on our way here, or will arrive just in time for the sermon, or will sign in online for later this week, or even next month. We are sitting in pews, leaning on walkers or canes, stretching in the aisles, settling in wheelchairs, or relaxing in recliners. We, members, friends, and visitors alike, come from many paths and join together as one congregation to lift up our highest ideals. We have gathered, now let us worship. Unitarian Universalism is a covenantal faith. We will now read together our congregation's covenant. We strive to look for and encourage the best in each other as we move toward justice, peace, and love for both ourselves and the world. And when we fall short, we will seek understanding, reconciliation, and a return to covenant. Each week we sing together my favorite, Spirit of Life, which is hymn number 123 in the gray hymnal. Sit or stand as you prefer. Diana Wright will come up and do hand signs, and you are welcome to try them out together with her.
So this month, in our Sunday services and in our youth faith formation classes, we are exploring the practice of inclusion. It might be easy to just think of inclusion in terms of not leaving people out, but that is only one part of it. When we practice inclusion, we also examine why people get left out, or in the case of our story, why animals get left out. And what we can do to break down barriers and expand our circles to make more room for all. So with that in mind, we're going to share a modern retelling of an Aesop's fable story called The Fox and the Stork. Luna Aponte will be our storyteller this morning. Her mother, Laura, will play the monkey. Steve is going to be playing the stork. Do you have your little beak? Okay. Come on up there. Yeah. And Mark is going to be playing the fox. I love it. Okay. And just so you know, Steve, we've never practiced together. Imagine that. And already I feel like it's going very well indeed. All right, and I'm in charge of the props.
Testing.
Oh, hang on. Let me take my props over here.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning. One Sunday morning, Fox invites Stork, Raccoon, and Monkey to dinner. They all accept eagerly and arrive with hearty appetites. Fox spends all day cooking a wonderful soup that is served in wide, shallow bowls. Fox, Raccoon, and Monkey eat until they are full, thanking Fox for the fine meal. But when Stork tries to eat from the low bowl, they cannot get anything more than a few drops out of the soup dish. And they go away frustrated and hungry. Stork then invites Fox, Raccoon, and Monkey to dinner and cooks soup.
You're a slow prop person.
Stork then invites Fox, Raccoon, and Monkey to dinner and cooks a wonderful stew, which Stork serves in tall, narrow jars. When Fox tries to lap up the food, all they can do is lick the top of the glass. Meaning they go away frustrated and hungry after watching the others scoop down into the jars and eat delicious stew. Monkey watches the two dinners and decides to have their own dinner party, inviting each animal to bring their favorite plate, bowl, or cup to eat from. When the guests arrive, Monkey fills each animal's dish, and everyone gets to eat and enjoy the company of their friends. What can we learn from our story? It reminds us that inclusion involves thinking ahead about everyone's different needs. We can remember that our way of enjoying something is not everyone's way.
And now we will sing Go Now in Peace. And our children will be dismissed to their classroom.
Go now in peace, go now in peace, may the light of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, go now in peace, may the light of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
All right, so that was a wonderful story, a fun one for sure. 4 times a year, we have a special purpose collection selected by the Rainbow Welcome Circle, who coordinate our social justice initiatives. For this month of February, money designated for the special collection will be donated to support Navigators Scouts. Navigators USA Scouts is a secular, inclusive, all-gender organization. There are over 400 chapters or troops nationwide. Chapter 358 is based right here at our UU Church of Tarpon Springs and is led by our church members. We have 13 scouts ages 4 to 16. The scouts camp, they earn badges and work on service projects and much more. Last year, the Navigators took 4 people to the National Jamboree in Colorado. This year, they are hoping to take more to the National Jamboree in New York City. The Navigators' aim is to be an inclusive space so that any child who wants to try scouting can do so feeling welcomed and included. For this last week, our designated special collection, for the last week of our designated special collection, the Scouts have quite literally climbed up a tree and put together a short video for us to share a little bit more about their troop. After the video, we will have our regular offering. To support Chapter 358 and their Jamboree, you may make checks out to UUCTS. Within the memo, you will put Navigators. Checks can be mailed or put in this Sunday's offering. For those who are present here in the sanctuary, there will be labeled envelopes in the pews to donate cash. I think we go ahead and watch the video now.
To introduce everyone to Navigators USA, Chapter 358. They're going to say a couple things.
And what I most about the Navigators is the way it gives me opportunities to meet new people and try new things.
Alex.
Wilson, and I like Navigators because you can earn badges and
My name is Claire Nathan, and I like Navigators because it's all inclusive.
Well, they work on the volume. I forgot to mention those who are online can donate through our website, uutarpinsprings.org.
I'm Oliver Rensberger, and I like Navigators because everyone's included.
And that's Milo. These are all of our some of our Navigators USA, and they all wanted to thank you very much for your support.
Thank you.
We're having some technical issues. Do we move forward? Okay. All right, as I was saying, those of you who are online, visiting us online through our Zoom link, they probably got to hear a little bit more than we did. Just go to uutarpin.org and click on the donate button and then select social justice, give the plate. And now we have Bonnie and the choir.
The choir will be singing a Holly Near song called I Am Willing.
There is hurting in my family. There is sorrow in my town. There is panic in the nation. There is wailing the whole world round. For I am open and I am willing
I have chosen a meditation poem by Reverend Darcy Lane for our reflection today. I invite you to bring to mind ordinary but powerful times when you felt warmly and fully invited. And after the poem, we're going to have a moment of welcome silence. This is called So Glad You're Here. So glad you're here. So glad you're here. Like a mantra, they repeat with warm smiles. You must be tired. You must be hungry. You must be cold. Or it's Florida. You must be hot. It means so much that you would come all this way to be with us. Do you still drink decaf? I made those walnut cookies, or that cheesecake you like when I heard you were coming. Honey, take her bags. Tell us about your trip. No, take my chair. I'll get another one from the den. Take your time. Rest a while. Stay as long as you like. So glad you're here. So glad you're here. Oops. Okay. What's the?
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend the flowers. We shall be known by the ones who shall reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It's time now. It's time to let me thrive. It is time to lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to live in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend the flies. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time. problem.
Is that no problem? Slide over, maybe. Just one. It's okay? Sure. No place for the choir to sit.
Really packed.
So I wanted to show you this. There are hundreds of these hearts plastered up and down the streets in my neighborhood. I mean, hundreds. And this is the third year in a row. Let me just leave them right here. This is the third year in a row that they have shown up on Valentine's Day morning, posted on houses, on mailboxes, on fences. I got this one off a stop sign because people get very like, don't take our heart. I'm like, okay, so I ripped it off a stop sign and like tore out of there. They're everywhere. So the first year they arrived, I had a few cranky thoughts. Like, this is going to be a big mess to clean up. And is it kind of a waste of paper? But I decided it was nice to see the hearts and think about love while I was walking and driving around. And then the second year they appeared, there was even more of them, and I was really curious about the project. I wondered who and how many were doing this, and how long it must take them to put this many hearts all through the night so they were there on Valentine's Day morning. And this year I wondered if the hearts would be back. Like many neighborhoods in our country, there has been strife in mine. The tense political landscape has been apparent, big signs in yards for every kind of candidate, and after the election, even bigger signs and banners went up. And I have a big, huge pride flag attached and flying in front of my house. And I've had it for years. And lately, a few folks have passed by and made disparaging comments about my flag. And we even had one unsettling vandalism of my flag. But way more people have stopped while I'm doing yard work in the front and thanked me for my flag, or said that the flag makes them feel welcome and safe in my neighborhood. Still, you can feel this sort of unsettling thing as you walk around. So on the morning of February 14th, the hearts were back. Way more of them than previous years. We were out of town, and we were greeted by them on our return to the neighborhood. A couple of days ago, I overheard a conversation in a local coffee shop about the hearts. And I listened in, and I promise they were talking loud enough for me to hear without, But I stayed there till they were done with their conversation. I think it's a local church that's organizing this. So I was like, go church! They were speaking about their overwhelming desire to wrap the neighborhood in love, saying that they didn't want to give up on love and how hard they were trying to include everyone in the neighborhood in getting a heart. Has their love project made a difference? It affects me. I like seeing the hearts everywhere, and I appreciate their efforts to include everyone in their giant Valentine wish. Our UUA president, Reverend Sophia Bentoncourt, recently wrote something about making the effort to center in love. She said there is a beauty in the, quote, everydayness of getting up and trying one more time to get our living right. There is a beauty in the, quote, everydayness of people of faith living and witnessing a justice wrapped in love that abides, and a peace that is simply too ornery to give up. That's the president of the UUA. I love that. Not giving up resonates with me. Unitarian Universalism professes an open-hearted, open-minded love at the center of our shared values. Love is a tenet of our faith. It is the starting place for how and why we engage in our work of justice and inclusion. Love, that's why it's at the center, is our starting place. Love calls us to grow and challenge it and calls us to challenge ourselves. I have experienced how this kind of inclusive love walks its walk. And I want to tell you a couple of things, personal things. So when I left the church of my upbringing, it was hard on my parents, as I've told you before, and hard on my siblings. They worried that my leaving the church they viewed as capital T true would A, keep me out of heaven, or B, possibly influence the rest of the family to question their faith. At that time, every year we held a big family reunion where more than 30 of us would gather in one giant house all together. And it was for a whole week of family connection and lots of fun. And my family is super fun. Like, I'm not even near the funnest person in my family. Like, it's volleyball, it's card games, it's all of this stuff. All these different sports, and I'm always the last one picked because I'm the least athletic of all the family. I have like these metal blockers and all this. So the gathering started to get awkward. Uncomfortable moments as our faith journeys took separate paths. There were conversations about who and how and if we were going to pray. My nephew came out as gay. One of my kids lived with their partner, and some people in the family questioned if they should be openly sharing a bedroom at the reunion house. Yikes. And this went on for a year or two, this kind of uncomfortable awkwardness. What are we going to do that would be some kind of inclusive thing? So my parents called us together. Talk about this song, We Shall Be Known. My parents shall be known for this. My parents called us together and said they wanted us to focus on love for each other. They said, let's all show up as we are and we will work this out. My dad said, if the religion I believe in doesn't move me closer to loving and accepting my family, then what good is it? You can clap for him. We all agreed that all would be welcome, that all belonged. It's been tricky at times, and we keep at it. Brene Brown would approve. She said, fitting in is becoming who you think you need to be in order to be accepted. Belonging is being your authentic self and knowing that no matter what happens, you belong. This lesson in inclusion has continued as a guiding light in our family. All of my siblings attended my ordination. And my brother, who's set apart as a high priest and a president in his church, joined in the procession with all the other UU ministers welcoming me into ministry. Go Earl and Lona. I have witnessed the gift of inclusion when our son, who is a person with autism, entered the school system in kindergarten, which is now 30 years ago. I was thinking, Laura, you should have been giving this part of it because you're the expert in inclusion in schools. This was the early days of creating an individualized education program, IEP, for those of you who know what that is, for each student. At that time, most of the children who identified with a disability, who needed some specialized instruction and services, were put into one classroom together. Many of the kids felt isolated and excluded. The special education teacher in our school district, Arlene, who our family calls Saint Arlene the Divine, would not get on board for exclusion and the separating out of students. She was an advocate for full inclusion with support And 30 years ago, this was not necessarily a common thing. It is more now, but we have trouble brewing. So, oof. She worked to educate students, parents, teachers, coaches, and professionals in transportation and in the cafeteria. Our son excelled, especially in the most concrete subjects like math and science. He's an accountant. He played baseball, and Arlene said he wants to go to college, he wants to go to Arizona, you have to let him go. I cried for a year, and he went. He is the father of the baby I visited in Arizona. Arlene taught us that inclusion is a practice. It is reflected in our actions and in our everyday conversations and in our respect for a wide spectrum of differences. Inclusion is a choice we make every day. I used to jot down what I heard her saying to the students and in our school meetings. Things like, I remembered back. These are the things she would say. Your perspective is important. Please share it. From the things you are sharing, it appears we need to rethink things. This is something we should be saying all the time, right? At church, at home, at school, at play. We celebrate your ideas and we are listening. Your unique contributions matter. We are a stronger community when everyone is included. If you have any questions, please ask them. We want to help. What can we do to include you? Inclusion is a UU core value, signifying our commitment to actively welcoming and valuing people from all backgrounds, identities, experiences within the community, ensuring everyone feels seen, heard, and respected. I am glad from what I learned from Arlene and from my parents. I'm glad for the way the Wrap the Neighborhood in Hearts folks are trying to create a symbol of loving inclusion. I'm glad we come together here as a faith community each week and make efforts to welcome all. When we light our chalice, as we have today, we light it for everyone. We light it for me, and we light it for you.
Let us sing our closing hymn, Come, Come, Whoever You Are, number 188, in your gray hymnal, 188. We will sing it one time together, and then we will divide up into 3 parts and sing it as around 2 additional times. And you may sing whatever part you would like after the first part.
Wanderer, worshiper, lover
Come, whoever you are. Reverend Victoria Safford said that when we talk about inclusion, we go to the very root of who we are as a religious community and what we're called to be. We mean that we will welcome not only each person, whoever they are, whatever their gifts, whatever their need, but each person in their wholeness and their holiness, which may in fact in any moment be full of holes and contradictions, full of fear and brokenness and doubts. Come in, we say, not just in the full flower of your thriving, but in your loneliness, your confusion, your anger, your shame, your despair, the unfinished imperfection of your being. Come in not only with your apparent accomplishments and strengths, but with those pesky vulnerabilities too. They may in fact be revelations. They may be glimpses of whatever humanity we share. We will hold it all. I want to say again, welcome to our visitors and tell you about our new red mugs. They are a gift from one of our members, Catherine Ruby. I didn't get permission for that. I hope I'm not in trouble. They're for use during coffee hour. I think there's 12 of them. Kathy goes, I don't know. Okay, I think there's 12 of them. If you're visiting, if you're new or still feel new, look for the little sign in there by the coffee maker and grab a red mug. We look forward to getting to know you better. So if you're new, you use the red mug. Yes, 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 yes.
And remember, we are all just everyday people.
Sometimes I'm right and I can be wrong. My own leaves are my own song. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference who I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah. There is a blue one who can't accept the green one, for living with the fat one and trying to be skinny when different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby doo, sha-sha. We got to live together. I am your brother, and neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then you can figure out the bag I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah. There is a long hair who doesn't like the short hair for being such a rich one, and will not pick the poor one, in different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby doo, sha-sha. We've got to live together. There is a yellow one that won't accept the black one, that won't accept the red one, that won't accept the white one, and different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby doo, sha-sha. I am everyday people. Yeah.
All right. Whether you were born into this faith, found it, or it found you, whether you feel at home or are still trying to find your place, whether you believe in God, are open to mystery, are centered in nature, or searching the questions, whether you are holding anxiety, grief, confusion, anger, hope, restlessness, or deep peace. You okay? Unitarian Universalism has a place for you, and it's right here. And this chalice was lit for you. As we extinguish it together, carrying with us the warmth of community and the fire of courage. We hope you found meaning in today's service. Peace to you as we go our many ways. Thank you.